What's up, guys? I'm Jezreel. Thanks for watching Fox and 9 Hunt. So even though this channel is following my journey into hunting, it's not simply designated for hunting in the typical sense as far as hunting for game, wild animals. It's more so for hunting for what you love to do, whether that be food, whether that be adventures. I'm on vacation right now. I love to travel. So yeah, it's hunting for what you love, as long as it's not work, you know. But some of my friends actually do want to hunt wild game, and I get the question of how do they start? Like, where do they start? What do they need? And I've made a list of 5 items that if you go through on them, follow through, you can be hunting by the end of the week. So here they are. The first item on the list that you absolutely need, is mandatory for hunting, is your hunter's ed course. Once you take it, it is valid for all 50 states in the US. I believe the one I took online was $13. You can be finished within a week, you can be finished within a day, depending on how much time you have. I believe I did mine in a period of 4 days, a couple hours each day. So it all depends. The Hunter Edge course is very valuable. It teaches you anything from hunting safety, like firearm safety, just safety items like while you're hunting, to the anatomy of animals as far as how to kill an animal humanely. I'll be putting the links for a couple of sites for your Hunter's Ed course in the description below. The second item on your list is your hunting license. You must have a hunting license in the US to hunt wild game. Actually, the reason I put it second on this list is because in order to get your hunting license, you are required to have your hunter's safety course. So they kind of force your hand here, right? Here in Georgia, it's I believe $65 for a sportsman's license, which includes big game hunting, small game hunting, migratory bird hunting, fishing, and I believe a couple other things, which would ideally be separate license. I know in some states you are required to actually buy game tags, so you should go to your state's Department of Natural Resource site and find out what are the regulations around hunting license and game tags before you start hunting. The third item that you absolutely must have, actually it'll kind of be hard without it, is your hunting weapon. Whether it be a firearm, whether it be a bow, it all depends on what type of hunting you're going to do, what game you're hunting. You may have a rifle, you may have a shotgun, you may have a compound bow or a crossbow. It all depends. It all is determined about your game. So gotta have something. I actually have a video of how I went through the process of purchasing my rifle, and I'll put a link in the description below, and you guys can check that out. Item number 4. This was a big item that prevented me from hunting here in Georgia for a while, and it's where to hunt. Land. You have to have an area to hunt. There's a lot of private land, but there's also a lot of public land. If you have friends who own private land and they're open to you hunting, that's awesome. Get with them, get their permission, make sure it's fine. Make sure you know your seasons, as far as what you can hunt during a certain time of the year, what you can hunt it with, whether it's a firearm, whether it's archery. Make sure you don't hunt the wrong game, because some games in some counties are out of play. So you want to make sure you're aware of that. But there's also plenty of public land that you can hunt as well. And with public land, you definitely should be aware of what season is currently going on, whether it's small game season, big game season, whether it's bear, deer, whatever. Go to your Department of Natural Resources site, get that information before you go out. And number 5, the last item on my list is Hunter Orange. Hunter Orange is the only type of hunting accessory that you absolutely need. Depending on your state, some states you don't need your Hunter Orange, but many you do. Hunter Orange hat, Hunter Orange vest, that's it. That's the only thing that's required. You can go out, trust me, I know, like, things start adding up quickly. You can start getting all kinds of clothing and gear, but the only thing you absolutely need is your Hunter Orange. Depending on your state. Some states may not require it. Here in Georgia, we do. They do. So yeah, I will be making videos as far as what I think are, I guess your next or tier 2 needed items. But as far as for items that you absolutely need right now are the 5 items from this list, and I'll mention them again. Your hunter safety course, your hunter hunting license, your firearm or bow, land where to hunt, and also your Hunter Orange if required by your state. Keep an eye out for what I believe are your next tier items to get. Hopefully this was helpful, and as we say, get to work.